Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Hicks Morning Show. I'm Tony T, and our show today, we'll have picks here from the college football playoff. We got a semifinal game up there. NBA as well. College hoops gives us a lot of conference games. NHL as well. And then we'll have our parlay segment at the end of the show, or possibly player props. It's up to the Cappers there on our final segment. What we're going to do here is we'll meet the Cappers and we'll get right to the picks, as we don't mess around here on the Tony Hicks Morning Show. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
No, not too much, Tony. Definitely some good college basketball action yesterday. Can't complain about that. And a heck of a game between the Cavs and OKC in that one. OKC won the first half, and then the Cavs pulled it out late. Definitely a great battle there. For those type of games, that just reminds me, I can't wait till the NBA playoffs. So when those games heat up, teams are real good, and I love that type of basketball, that atmosphere that we had last night. It's great. So can't wait for more of that moving forward. Little bit of losing day. I got juiced. So other than that, got juiced by I think it was a $30 juice day. I'll take that over a big losing day. Those days happen in what we're doing. So we'll bounce back day here. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed. Let's say hello to Chris. Chris, what's going on?
Oh, not much. Coming off a pretty good day. I went 2-1. Was on the wrong side of that Spurs-Milwaukee game, but that's the way it goes. I guess the Spurs are just ready to be home. But, yeah, ready to get into it. I'd cashed my college basketball play, so super excited about that and ready to get into more of that.
Yep, looking for that. I bounced back yesterday with 3-1. Had of course, my best bet didn't come in. UConn couldn't make free throws, but I had those nice dogs there from some of the smaller conference coming through for me there. So, all right, let's get it going here. Our man, Sean Higgs, man, he told me he may come in late. We'll see. Hopefully he's doing well. Sean Higgs in spirit today, not making the start. Maybe we'll come off the bench. Hopefully we'll see. All right, let's get underway here. College football playoffs. Then we can talk college football now. 3 games left. Well, if you're counting the playoffs here. Notre Dame and Penn State. This will be in Miami. It looks like clear skies, light wind here. 59 degrees. Good football playing weather. Notre Dame favored on the road, a point and a half, total 45 and a half in some places here. Sharpest book in the world, 45 and a half. A lot of places 45. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and look at this matchup here. Man, I went back and forth because you make a case for both sides of the ball here. Both teams playing great football. You look at what Notre Dame's been doing on the road, averaging 41.7 points a game this season. Sure, some of those numbers have been inflated off of some of the opponents they played, but looked real good last week. For me, it's this defensive side of the ball is what's going to step up here. You look Penn State defensively over their last 3 games, and holding teams to like 23 points a game, 300 yards of offense. Notre Dame pretty much the same, about 300 yards of offense. About 20 points to play. This is going to come right down to who's got the ball last, I think. So for me in this one, I'm going to take Penn State. Everywhere I look is Notre Dame and the gold helmets. But I think Penn State has enough weapons on offense. I think this is one of those things. It's slow moving on long drives. Some of those drives might end in field goals, but either way, when it comes all said and done at the end of it, I'm going to go with Penn State. Take them on the money line. I'm not worried about a point here or a point there. I just think they punched their ticket to the national championship. I don't take Penn State here.
There from Rod, we move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I would look at the total here, and I think we're down to 44.5. Where I've got it is 44.5. I don't know if we moved down to that. Let's see. I probably look like Rod alluded to. I mean, they're both playing pretty good defense. If you look at their defensive numbers, they're holding teams to. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, the holding team's pretty good scores. I would actually take the under, like you said, long drives, field goals here. So I think it's gonna be back and forth. I'm not leaning to a side here, so I just take the under.
There from Chris. Yeah, I'm gonna look Notre Dame in this spot. 7-0 the spread away from home on this 12 straight win streak here. Penn State, we know they were gifted turnovers, right? Their first 2 playoff games, but 7 turnovers in those 2 playoff games. I'm not sure. I definitely have to look at Notre Dame in this spot. All right, let's continue here. Someone asked you, so you have to grow a beard and put on a baseball cap. I guess so, right? That's pretty funny there. That is pretty funny. Blake asked about, I'm doing fine, Blake. I'm 20 miles away from any brush and foothills, so I didn't just a little bit of fence damage, but unfortunately, prayers to some of our friends out here I know Big Al had to evacuate because of the situation. Hope his house was all right. It's a tragedy. The winds have pretty much steadied here. They've calmed down. It was supposed to stop last night, which it did. So I really think they're going to play the game in LA Monday, because there's going to be a lot of time will pass. The winds have stopped blowing. So that's the situation.
Key.
Yeah, that's key here. So at least out in my area, but hopefully
everybody out there stay safe.
Absolutely, no doubt about that.
Stay safe.
Absolutely. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show as we move on over the NBA tonight. 8-game card. We'll start here with the Raptors and Cavs. Both teams in back-to-backs. Boy, the Cavs, 15.5, total 236.5. T-Wolves and Magic. We've got the Timberwolves on the road, 5.5, total 201. Warriors and Pistons. I thought this would come down because we saw some threes. We saw the open at 4. Now it's Detroit 2.5, total 219.5. Let me go take a quick look here at this injury report, because there is some news. We expect Banchero to come back this week. That's what they said. The question mark, whether it'll be today, will it be tomorrow, when will it be? But let's take a look at the injuries here. Toronto just Agbaji out on the Cleveland side. Mero, a backup guy who could produce points, and Travers out as well. Backups there for Cleveland. Warriors and Pistons. Kuminga's going to be out for a while. Payne Mesky out. Schroeder, Moody, Green, and Curry are questionable. On the Detroit side, remember, Ivy has that broken leg. They're good guard. We also have Officer Thompson, a backup there, out as well in that Minnesota game. Just a backup, Dillingham out. On the Magic side, we got Wagner, Suggs, Harris out. Banchero is listed as questionable. Let me see what the word is, if anything has been changed. He has an oblique. He hasn't played since October 30th. They're still not sure whether he'll play today or play tomorrow. So that's still will be a game time decision, or maybe we'll know it's shoot around. We'll see. Probably will be a game time decision since he's been out so long. Over to Rod.
And for me, looking at these couple games here, you look at the Raptors and the Cavs. Raptors got whooped by the Knicks, and the Cavs got themselves a nice win. And now I'm going to lay 15.5. You know what? I'm going to lay the 15.5 with the Cleveland Cavs. Still trust the Raptors here in this spot, tough spot for the Raptors in the back-to-back. And defensively, they haven't been good over their last 5 games, giving up 50.8%. This Cavs team's going to feast on that, even not even having to go all out if the Raptors are giving up that many points. And then them shooting-wise themselves hitting about 46, and it's only equating to about 100 points a game. So the Raptors scoring has definitely fallen off and not playing any defense whatsoever. So I got to go with the Cavs there in that matchup. And then Minnesota 5.5. No thanks, not doing that. I don't even like laying 5.5 with Minnesota at home, much less on the road. That's just too many points for Minnesota. I'll take the Magic, who can play some solid defense at plus 5.5. Yeah, give me Magic at home in that one.
There from Rod. Move on over to Chris.
Yeah, the Raptors Cleveland game. I'm gonna look at the under. I mean, the Raptors just don't shoot the ball good on the road. I mean, they're averaging 108 points. So even if Cleveland had to do whatever, they're coming off that game yesterday where that was just a battle. So I look at the under there between those two. I'm definitely not laying points with either one of those, because I mean that's a lot of lumber for Cleveland to lay. But I mean, not to say they couldn't do it, but I just feel more comfortable with the under, because they came back yesterday on the OKC game, and Toronto is terrible on the road. So Minnesota, like Rod said, yeah, I'm not laying 5 with Minnesota on the road, at home, anywhere, whether Paulo plays or not. I'd still take Magic at home with the points.
There from Chris. I'll tell you what I think about these games. Yeah, I'm with Chris. I like the under in Toronto and Cleveland. Toronto, not a really good road team. Matter of fact, just 33% shooting from 3 away from home there. Cavs in their past 5 games have defended very well, allowing teams 43%. 30% from 3. I like the under there in that one. T-Wolves and Magic, yeah, I'm there with Orlando plus the points. This Minnesota team scoring just averaging 110 points per 100 possessions. Flat net rating on the road, just not getting enough points here. One thing with the Magic, we saw that against the Knicks, is they can defend, and they're going to have to defend when they got guys out here. T-Wolves have failed to cover 4 of 5, and with a push in there over their past 6 games. They've been held 108 points or fewer in 4 of their past 5 games. That's Minnesota. Struggling getting points up there. I like Magic in that spot. I'm going to look here at the Warriors. I kind of agree with that line move there. It is a back-to-back for the Pistons. Golden State comes in with rest advantage and a bad loss. We've seen the Warriors bounce after these bad losses, right? So that was a bad loss against Miami. They had rest advantage. Miami wasn't a double overtime game, and they just had a bad showing here. But I got to look here at the Warriors here. Over the past 5 games, they are hitting their threes and holding teams to 45% shooting. This is a pattern here where a bad outing, good outing. So give me the Warriors here with the good outing here at that small plus price. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show as we continue here with the NBA. Next games up will be Rockets and Grizzlies here. We see the Rockets coming down. I had a feeling this would come down. I thought 3.5 points, 3 points was too high in the overnight. This might want to even hit a pick. We may even have a change of favorite, I think, as the day goes. Rockets a 1-point favorite, total 233.5. Trailblazers and Mavericks. The Mavericks 7.5, now 8's popping up, total 219.5. Hawks and Suns. The Suns now 6, coming down from 6.5 early this morning. So 6. There is a 6.5 right now at South Point. There's 5.5s popping up at Chris now. So we're seeing Atlanta getting money here. Total 238.5. We'll take a quick look at the injuries here from this slate of games. And we'll see here in the Houston game, Jabari Smith still out. Easton still doubtful. These are guys that contribute in the rotation. On the Grizzlies side, just GG, Smart, and Williams out. We've seen some upgrades here to Morant, Jackson, Bane, Aldama, questionable now. So we see the upgrades there. In the Portland and Dallas game, we've got Clingham, Grant, Jeremy Grant, a guy that contributes out. Thibault, a bench guy, is out. On the Dallas side, Luka's out, Kyrie's out, Exum out, Gafford questionable. So you're caught up with the injuries here. Atlanta Phoenix, right? Atlanta Phoenix still. We've got Jalen Johnson who contributes. He's out. Nance out. Zeller out for Atlanta. Okungu and Okungu questionable. Bogdanovich probable. Just Royce O'Neal, guy off the bench, out for Phoenix. We go over to Rod.
Yeah, looking at that Atlanta Phoenix game, I'm going to lay it with Phoenix as much as that's such a number that I don't like laying with Phoenix most of the time. But, man, Atlanta hasn't been home since last year. The last time they played a home game was December 28th. This is their 6th road game and expanded, like I said. They started the trip off in Toronto on December 29th, and it's now January 7th, or it's now January 9th, and you still haven't been home all of 2025. Yikes, that's a lot of takeout food, a lot of living in a hotel. That's almost 2 weeks straight of being in a hotel. That's a tough spot for the Hawks. And they don't play a whole lick of defense. Yeah, I like the over as well, but give me the Suns to run it up on the Hawks in that matchup. And then I'll take the Grizzlies at home here. I don't trust Houston on the road. And that line's come down with good reason. Give me the Grizzlies on the money line. I think they can easily beat Houston in that matchup. It's the Memphis Hustle. I like them to hustle there and beat the Rockets in that one. 2 I like there in that spot.
2 from right in that spot. On over to Chris.
Yeah, I mean, we know what it is. Memphis and the potential for John Morant. I think even if he played, they'd probably be careful with him. And I don't know, but even if he play anything in Memphis, you guys know where I'm at. I'm on Memphis. I'm not trying to bet Houston there. I take them on the money line. Don't even overcomplicate it. And then Portland, Dallas. That's just a lot of points for Dallas without Kyrie and Luka. So I'd lean Portland with the points there. Definitely not betting it, but yeah, that's just too many for Dallas there. And then with Rod, I'm going to go with the over. Atlanta doesn't play any defense to do anything, and it's Atlanta. It's what we do. We bet the over, and that's cashed pretty well for us this year.
Yeah, from Chris. So I said what I think about these games. Yeah, I'm on Memphis as well here. Again, we've seen some upgrades the injury-wise. Now we've got the questionable status on many of these injured stars here for this Memphis team. Rockets over their past 5, just 45% shooting, 33% from 3. Not a good shooting team to get by on defense, hustle, and rebounding. But I think this Memphis team here, at least with some of their guys back, hopefully, I think they're the spot for sure. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lay it with Dallas. I think Dallas has figured it out without Kyrie and Luka. Just play defense. That's what they did. If you give some resistance to Portland, Portland's not a very good offensive team, not a very good shooting team. But if you give this team some resistance, they're not going to make shots. The Mavs have been making their threes on the road. Portland just a 44% shooting team. 3-5, the spread is a dog of 3.5 to 9.5. I think Dallas has figured out the defense here without their stars, but you got to do, right? We've seen teams do that when they don't have their shooting stars. Orlando, one of them. We saw that with Memphis last year in some spots. In that game here between Atlanta and the Phoenix Suns, the Suns 2-10 to the spread as a home favorite. I got to look at Atlanta. Even if Atlanta played every game on the road, I still would take them in this spot. It's hard for me to cover the Suns team. Atlanta 8-6 to the spread as a road dog. Atlanta did show some life, although they did not cover against Utah. I had Utah in that game, but they had to fight. Trey had to hit that 3 from half court to win the game there. But man, the Suns are just a mess right now. Just a +1 net rating on their home court. Wow. When you have Beal, you have Booker, you have who's that guy? I can't even remember his name. He's always Sir Beal on the court, and you only have a +1 net rating in your home games. That is atrocious. I just can't back him here. I like Atlanta in the spot. All right, let's continue here on the 26 morning show. We'll close out the NBA with these games here. Heat and the Jazz. The Heat 5.5 here. Total coming in at 222.5. Hornets and the Lakers. Lakers up to 9. Still 9. Hasn't moved. Total 221.5. Although there were some 8.5s earlier this morning, but it looks like they've brought it back to 9. Let's see the injuries in these games. For the Heat, no Butler. Richardson, Love, doubtful. On the Jazz side, no George, no Collins, no Clarkson. Didn't matter last game. They did cover. But a guy off the bench who's been scoring some points, but he'll probably be inserted in the starting lineup with these injuries is Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh has had some big games of late. He's questionable for Utah. So if Sensabaugh can play, he can replace Collins. He's been showing me something. Hornets and Lakers. Well, just Man is out. So we got Ball and Miller in there and Bridges in there for Charlotte. On the Lakers side, we know no Wood, no Vanderbilt, no Hood-Schifino. Looks like last year's injury report. Reddish, questionable, Davis, probable, LeBron in the lineup there. So let's get started with Rod.
Yeah, so for me, Spot, I don't think the Lakers a whole lot, but I will take them there. I just don't trust Charlotte on the road to keep things close. They don't fare so well on the road at all, does the Charlotte team. And the book's got it right. I think it's a double-digit blowout win for the Lakers in that matchup. And I'll take the Jazz plus the 5.5 there. As I said in the comments, hey, the Jazz have covered this spread as a dog versus the Heat in 10 straight matchups head-to-head with the Heat. And you're getting 5.5, well over possession. Give me the Utah Jazz plus the 5.5 in that matchup.
Yeah, from Rod over to Chris.
Yeah, I'll definitely lay it with the Jazz there. I think Miami's ready to get back to Miami. They've been out on the West Coast for a minute now. So yeah, take the 5.5 with the Jazz, and then I'm going to look at the under in LA and Charlotte, and just lay it there. I don't think Charlotte's putting up a whole lot of stuff, and I mean we see what the Lakers do at home, but yeah, I just take the under in that game.
Yeah, from Chris, I'll say what I think about these games. Yeah, I'm with Utah Jazz here, especially if Sensabaugh can play because he's been putting 20+ off the bench, but now inserted in the starting role. Miami, 1-4 of the spread is road favorite. 1-5 the spread on the road against losing teams. So they play down the competition. They've always done that. They always play down to the they've had horrible spread records, even at home, playing down the level of competition. So even I like Spurs there. I'm going to be on Charlotte in the spot here. 5-2 the spread is a dog of 3.5 to 9.5. I got Miller in there. I got Ball in there. I got Bridges in there. Man's the only one who's out. It's really hard to trust this Lakers here. But they have covered. Hornets have covered 4 of their past 5. Again, their shooters have gotten healthy. It's just those games when there's no Ball, when there's no Miller. That's when they really, really, really struggle to get points up there. So I'll take them to cover this game, although it will not be very comfortable feeling to do that. All right, let's continue here on the 26th morning show. As we turn our attention over to college basketball here, we'll do it in 2 blocks as we're doing it here on the morning show, especially during these weekday games. So what we'll do here is we'll cover the games here from 5 Eastern all the way to 8:30 Eastern. 5:30, of course, we get these funky early starts. So we'll go here from 5 Eastern to 8:30 Eastern. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and kicking off the early slate here, I'm going to take Morehead State plus the 5.5 there in that one against Little Rock. Should be a close matchup between those two early to kick off the day at 2 p.m. Eastern. I think it's just too many points. I think Little Rock wins the game, but not by that many. Take Morehead State plus the 5.5 in that matchup. And Rutgers, it's just one of those spots they're always battling and scrappy, but it looks like they're trying to bait you on Rutgers. I'll take Purdue coming into Rutgers and getting the win there. Purdue's just been humming along and continuing to win even after losing their big man for the year. Next man up mentality for Purdue, and they've been rolling. So I'll lay the 2 points with Purdue coming into Rutgers in that matchup. And then I'm looking at, I think Vermont's in trouble and in tough going against Massachusetts Lowell there. It's one of those spots. You look at Vermont, it's not the same Vermont in the Catamounts we've seen at times over the last couple of years. Only 3-11 against that number. Yikes. I'll lay it with UMass Lowell there. I think they win by 8-10 in that matchup. You know what? I'm going to take Bellarmine at home here. I think that's just disrespecting Bellarmine at home. I know you look at their ATS number 3-10, but it's because they've been jogging some big numbers and just haven't covered some of those big numbers. But here at home, Jacksonville State's not going to run them out of their own gym. No chance. Give me Bellarmine plus the 6.5 in that matchup. And where'd you go to? 8?
8:30.
8:30. Some of these ones, it's like I'm going to stay away from, but I'm looking at Campbell going into Hampton. Look at Hampton, sure, 9-3 against that spread this season, but the Campbells are a scrappy bunch, and I'll take the 5 with Campbell coming into Hampton there. I think they keep it close if Campbell doesn't outright Hampton in that matchup. And then I'm looking at, where is it? Give me Hofstra at home. I know Charleston, Southern, solid team, but Hofstra at home, give me Hofstra at home there in that one. Only have to lay a 1.5. It's going to come right down to the wire, but Hofstra gets it done in that matchup. And then the one more I like in this time slot, give me South Alabama at home in this matchup. South Alabama is definitely very protective of the ball. They don't turn it over in bunches. And 8-4 against the number and only having to lay 2 at home there against the Red Bulls. Yeah, I like South Alabama in that one over Arkansas State and the Red Bulls.
Yeah, from Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm looking at Oregon, Ohio State. I'm going to take the points with Oregon in that one. And then I've got VMI Stanford. I know it's a big number for VMI, but I'd still take that with VMI. And then the other one I'm looking at, Washington, Michigan State. I'm going to take the under. Washington's just not putting up good numbers on the road. We know Michigan State can put up good numbers at home, but I don't trust Washington on the road there with that. So I'd take the under in those 3. And yeah, that's what I've got there.
So for that time slot, I'll tell you what I think here in this time slot here. I'll be looking here up with button heads here with Chris. I'll take Ohio State in this spot here. Ohio State has been shooting the ball pretty well of late here. Buckeyes have been very strong in the glass offensively. Oregon, 16th in defensive efficiency against the Big Ten this year, allowing 45% from 3, only shooting 48% inside against the conference. I'll look at them in that spot. Also going to be button heads with Rod here in this one. I like this one here with Rutgers here. I'm going to take a button heads with Rod. Take the Rutgers here at the rack. I'm going to call it the rack.
It's close.
The Boilermakers,
good game. Can't wait.
Boilermakers away from home, allowing 47% shooting. So their defense has not been very good away from home. Rutgers at home is healthy, and they shot the ball well at home. So I'll take him in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show as we continue here with college basketball. We're going to wrap it up here with the games beginning at 9 Eastern all the way till 10 Eastern. And so far, no games postponed. Someone thought maybe the UC games would be postponed, but so far, no postponements here. The only one that could be in danger would be that Northridge game. Northridge hosting Irvine. Riverside's out in the Inland Empire. Didn't get no fire whatsoever in the Inland Empire. That's probably about 50 miles to the east of LA. So I would not expect that one to be postponed. The only one I would say that would be in danger of all the Cal score, Santa Barbara's too far, Santa Clara's too far, Sacramento State's too far, UC San Diego's too far. So I mean, the only one I would think would probably be in danger would be Northridge. So of all the games there, I expect them to go. So let's go down over to Rod.
And looking at these ones, we're going to start with the late action. I'm going to go looking at Oregon State taking on Santa Clara. Look at Santa Clara having to lay 6.5, and I think that's just too many. This Oregon State team's a scrappy bunch, 11-4 against the spread this season, and you're going to give me 6.5. I will take the Beavers plus the 6.5 there in that matchup. And then I'm looking at give me Portland. They're going in and facing the Dons there in that one, and you're going to give me 20. I will take the Portland Pilots there in that one plus the 20. I think it's just too many. I think the Dons win it, but not by 20. It's kind of like what we've seen the Zags do. They just want to win, not looking to pound teams out of their own gym in that one. So I'll take Portland plus the 20 in that matchup. And then, as Tony alluded to, that UC Irvine and Northridge, that does go. I like UC Irvine in that one. I'll lay the 3.5. UC Irvine's played plenty on the road this season. They even took a little trip up to Canada, played in a nice tournament there, and finished well. 10-4 in the number. I would lay the 3.5 there with UC Irvine. And you know what? I'm going to take Cal Poly going against UC San Diego. Hey, the Tritons 10-3 on the year, playing some solid hoops, but we've seen Cal Poly when they get these big numbers in plenty of games, keep it close and get the cover there. So give me Cal Poly plus the 14.5 in that one. And another one I'm looking at, give me Washington State and the Cougars at home. It's 16. I think they easily cruise to a 20-plus point win. I'm not trust Pacific to keep that game close at all. The Cougars run Pacific right out of their gym. They're like, get out of here. No Tigers in that one. Cougars run them out. Give me Washington State big in that one.
Yeah, from Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, I agree with Rod on the Washington State win. That was one of mine that I was looking at there, so take them. And then another one I'm looking at here is Liberty and Sam Houston. I just lay the points with Liberty. I mean, Sam Houston's not great against the conference. They're 0-2 against the spread there. And Liberty on the road, 6-1 against the spread. So we're just going to lay it with them.
Yeah, from Chris. So I'd say what I think about these games here from 9 Eastern all the way to the end of Coops today. I'm going to also look here at Oregon State here, plus the points here against Santa Clara. The Broncos have not defended very well in conference, allowing 47% shooting. They don't make their free throws at 69% against the WCC. Oregon State is tops in effective field goal shooting in conference play, 42% from three, 60% inside. I'll give me Oregon State plus the points. What about heads to with Rod in this Northridge game? I'm going to take Northridge here plus the points here against Irvine. Comes down to conference three-point shooting. Irvine in conference play does 27% from beyond the arc. They've been weak on the defensive glass. CSUN in conference, 44% from three. They've been strong on the offensive glass. Second in Big West in effective field goal defense. They've covered 3 of 4. And over their past 5 games, the Matadors allowing 37% shooting. This program was once, since they fired Bobby Braswell years ago, this team has been doormat. But somehow, some way, with this new coach, they've been able to turn it around. So I'll look at Northridge there. Also going to be, let's see what else we've got here in this slot. Looks like I'm going to leave it at that for now. So there we go with my coverage here from college hoops. All right, let's continue here on the Tony This Morning Show. As we turn our attention over to hockey, Rod will be doing the heavy lifting here in hockey. So in hockey here, Rod will cover all the 707s. All the 707s here on the first block. Kraken and Blue Jackets, $1.10 here on both sides, total 6.5. Sabres and Senators. Here we've got Ottawa, $1.60, total 6. Devils and Rangers. Devils, $1.68, total 6.5. Oilers and Penguins. Penguins here are dogs. Oilers, 204 on the road, total 6.5. Stars and Flyers here. Stars, $1.52, total 6.5. Bruins and Lightning here. A Lightning, $1.64, total 6. These are the 707s, Rod. You're on mute, Rod.
Right.
There we go.
There he is.
Looking at these ones in this time slot, we're looking at. I'm looking at the Devils taking on the Rangers. Sure, the Rangers haven't been playing great hockey lately. They've been struggling mightily, but the Devils have already played the Rangers twice, beat them in both games. Beating a team 3 times in a season is definitely no easy feat. So there's too much value there. I don't want to lay minus 180 with this Devils team on the road, especially going into MSG and trying to beat the Rangers for the 3rd time this season. I don't know about that. I'll take the Rangers at the big plus price to get a win there in that one. And then looking at Buffalo taking on Ottawa. I'm looking at Buffalo there in that matchup. Ottawa dealing with Ottawa on that nice little run when they were winning. They had Allmark in goal. Well, it's no Allmark. He's out and injured. So until Allmark comes back, I don't want to be laying no $1.55 with this Ottawa team, who's most likely going to be starting what's his name, Forsberg in net for Ottawa in that one. So give me Buffalo at the plus price. I also like you look at Tampa and Boston. Both those teams have been struggling mightily to score goals. And when you're not scoring goals, you're not winning games, and that's what's been going on there. So give me the under 6. Boston and Tampa, both scoring 1. And I'm going to take the Oilers to beat up on the Penguins. As I said last time, this Pittsburgh Penguins team's going the wrong direction. They're not going to make the playoffs. They just don't. It's. I don't know what it is when they play. They've definitely got plenty of talent. They just haven't come together and gelled together. It's just one of those spots. The Penguins at home, sure, they have been playing a little better hockey, but you let Columbus beat you. It did take a shootout, but they still beat you. This Oilers team is probably one of the hottest teams in the NHL right now, ripping it up after their cold start. So give me the Oilers on the puck line. They beat up on the Penguins there in that one. They love to beat up on the Penguins. And then the last one, you're looking at Toronto taking on Carolina in this spot at the 7:30 start. We'll
pick it up there. That was 7:07, so we finished the 7:07.
Oh, my bad.
All right, we'll continue here on the Tony Simone Show. We got through the 7:07s out, giving you a free picture on the show every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. If looking for our best bets and premium plays, visit our site, TonyFix.com. You'll find our best bets and premium plays over there. All right, let's continue on. We'll close out hockey with the 7:37s to the 10:07s. We'll close out with these final 4. Maple Leafs at Hurricanes here. Hurricanes $1.66, total of 6. Ducks at Blues. Here we got the Blues $1.81, total of 5.5. Avs and Wild. We got the Avs $1.28, total of 6. Islanders and Golden Knights. Golden Knights $1.70, total of 6. Back to Rod.
And get back to that the Toronto taking on Carolina. You look at those two teams, and the Leafs are playing the better hockey right now. The Leafs have won 5 straight hockey games and rolling right along. And you look at Carolina. Well, they've been on a win one, lose one, win one, lose one, 4-5-0-1 in their last 10 games. And the Leafs just play the better hockey. I don't get this line. You're going to give me the Leafs at a nice plus 140, 145, playing the better hockey? Sure, Carolina's beat the Leafs 4 straight. Well, guess what? Those streaks come to an end. I'm going to take the Leafs there in that matchup. Too much value to not go take the Leafs there in that matchup at that plus price. And then I'm looking at the Blues. You look at the Blues and the Ducks here in this spot. And it should be Bennington for the Blues, should be Dostal for the Ducks. And this should be a coin flip price. The Blues 19-19-4 on the season. Does that equate them to be laying minus 200? Why? Because they're at home against the Ducks team that's 17-18-4. There should be well more of a coin flip there. Give me the Ducks to beat the Blues in that matchup. And then I'm looking at the Islanders in Vegas. Islanders defensively haven't been good. Give me the over 6 Islanders Vegas. We're going to see plenty of goals on that one with a lean to Vegas to kick the snot out of the Romanellis on that one.
There we go. We got you through the NHL, guys. Remember, I'm Tony Simone Show with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. Be live with us. Get the plays in real time. And, of course, if you ever miss a live show, just visit our YouTube channel. There you'll find a live tab. You can watch the replay. And, of course, if you need help with those late games, you've watched the show already, well, just go back and watch the archive and forward to the late games there. All right, let's continue on. We got you through the hockey. We got you through all the major sports for today. Now it's time for our parlay segment where our cappers give out a parlay or they give out a player prop, team prop, or a game coming up in the future. So let's get this one started with Rod.
And for me, we're going to go right back to the NHL. Now, a little 3-team dog parlay. We're going to take the Buffalo Sabres on the money line. We're going to take the New York Rangers on the money line. And we're going to take the Toronto Maple Leafs on the money line. Little 3-team dog parlay for today's NHL action. Let's get it. Love that play.
Let's get it there. On over to Chris.
Yeah, I got 3 dogs from the NBA. We're going to go Orlando, Memphis on the money line. Orlando with the points, Memphis on the money line, and Utah with the points.
There from Chris. Tell you what I like here. Give me the under in Toronto and Cleveland. I like the Hawks plus the points. And I also like Oregon State plus the points there against Santa Clara. I already got you through the picks here with our parlays. Now it's time to see what the cappers have for sale over at TonySmith.com. Remember, we love giving you our free picks here on the show, but our best bets are premium plays over at TonySmith.com. And over there, our premium plays, we obviously we cover spreads, totals. But if we put money lines in, there will be no greater than 139 on the money line. So we offer you great value there. Also, if we deliver puck lines or run lines, there'll be no negative return. It'll always be positive on those. Of course, we may give those negative return on the free picks, but on the premium, that's why they're premium. we don't give you those big favorites or those big puck line or a run line favorites there. So we keep it real. All right, let's see what Rod has for sale over at Tony's Picks. Rod's been off to a great year here again in 2025 after a monster 2024. Rod, what do you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
For me, over Tony's Picks today, I've got a few plays. I've got a 3-pack in the NHL, and that 3-pack includes my solo play, my NHL sniper play of the day there. Also have a 10-star play in the college football playoff bowl game. I also have a couple plays in college basketball. I'm just going to put that all into kind of it's Thursday, so kind of like a Tackle the Book Thursday package. I'll have a 5-pack up there very shortly. As soon as we're done here, I'll put up that 5-pack for you. But so you don't miss out on anything. Best way to go is long term. That way, if I find any late info plays later on in the day, you will get those emailed to you, because when you're on long term here at Tony's Picks, you get those late steam plays that we continue capping throughout the day to try to find those spots to get more money into our pocket, and you won't miss out on those. If you're aboard long term, they'll be emailed right to you. So take advantage of that. Hit the link in the description and get you right on over to Tony'sPicks.com. And when you get there, find that, hit the 2-for-1 Cappers promotional, and pick your 2 favorite Cappers and pair us up, and let's have a big weekend eve, because this is basically not when you usually see the college football playoff on a Thursday, but hey, it is what it is from things here normally. So it's kind of like the weekend eve. Best way is that 3-day pass. You get Thursday, you get Friday, you get Saturday, and then you get Sunday thrown in there as well. So that's the best way to go here long term at Tony's Picks.
That's right. Monster week. 5 days of big playoff action in both college and NFL in a row here. Monster scheduling spots here. Let's see what Chris has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Chris has been hot here in the NBA.
Yeah, I've got my best bet in the NBA. I've got a best bet in college basketball today, and I do have a best bet in tonight's Notre Dame Penn State game. Got that in, and so I'm gonna put that in a 3-pack for you guys to get that all together. And then, yeah, like Tony said, we got a ton of action coming up, playoff action. Got more tomorrow night with college football. We got NFL Saturday, Sunday. Looking at those, I'm gonna have plays in all those. Plays in the NBA, as always, what you guys expect from me. So, yeah, I'm on something for the weekend, man. We're going to have a lot of plays, and we're just going to keep putting those out there. And, yeah, hook me up with one of these other cappers. Everybody's on the leaderboard. Everybody's doing hot. Make sure you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15%. And, yeah, just going to be a big weekend.
That's right, guys. Got to work with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. Long-term passer, your best value. Chris has been hot here at NBA. And, of course, the link in the description to Tony'sPicks.com. And get on board and sign up. Remember, when you sign up, that promo code TonyT checkout will save you that 15% off. Right, I have a best bet for you up there on the board as well here from Hoops. Also working on a multi-pack for you, but you may consider my long-term passes. I'm doing great this year in NFL and college football, so keep an eye there on a 3-day pass, or if you want that 7-day pass, you'll be covered all the way for the remainder of the playoffs for wild card round at least, because we got that Monday night game. 5 days of football here, playoffs here, NFL and college football, my NBA and college hoops as well. So get on board with me or over at Tony's Picks. Promo code TonyT. Check out, save that 50% off. And of course, we have the multi-cap promotion. So match me up with any of your favorite cappers here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Remember, again, we're here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Like, subscribe, set notifications, and watch our replay if you happen to miss any picks or need help with the late plays or miss a show on our live archive feed at Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Of course, on our YouTube channel, we also have a lot of on-demand content where we go kind of deeper into the handicap with the games. Let's see what Rod's got over on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel on demand on our video section and in your plans for the week.
Yeah, and on the on-demand section, if I did cover a hockey game here, definitely I've got you covered on all the hockey games there. I'll be covered on all the hockey going forward the rest of the week. Me and Ron shot a college football video on both college football games, so that's archived. Definitely go check that out. So definitely let's have a big weekend together and crush the books. I'm not the only one doing videos, so definitely go check out the archive. YouTube, Tony's shooting videos, Chris is shooting NBA videos, so definitely go check it out.
Check it out as well. All right, Chris, what you got over on the Tony Picks YouTube on-demand content there and your plans for the week?
I've got a NBA video tonight, or for today, a little bit more deep dive in one of the picks I told about. And then, yeah, just going to keep doing NBA. And as I get more comfortable in college basketball, I may put a couple of those videos out as well.
That's right. Chris, I like that SEC conference. Yeah, that's what he. Well, that's good because you keep it local. The conferences, All right. Yeah, I got content up there. NBA, college football, and college basketball. We upload here right after the show, so we'll have that for you there. All right, guys. So visit our channel at Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Of course, again, remember as we talked about, if you want our best stuff, our best bets, go to our site Tony'sPicks.com for our best bets and our premium plays. Of course, you'll get our spread coverage, over unders, and if we post money lines, they will be no greater than -139. And if we post puck lines, there will be no negatives on puck lines. Even when we get to baseball run lines, there'll be no negatives. So offering you the best value with our premium plays. All right, that's going to do it for our show. We're back again tomorrow live here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Before we go, do you guys have anything in closing before we go?
That's a huge difference, because when you're shopping your line and you're shopping your number, you figure it. If you look over a season, say you do 200 bets and you save yourself about 10 cents, even 10 cents on every bet, that adds up over a year of 10 cents on every bet. You can do the math. So that's why you gotta shop your number when you're making your bets. So that's why you hear us say many a times, have multiple books. Because why? That way you can shop the best of your number. When you're going to the grocery store and you're going to go buy yourself a steak, are you looking for? Are you going to price shop that steak, or are you going to just go in and scoop it up? No, you're going to price mark that steak. You're going to find it the best deal that you can. Same thing goes here when you're making your plays and you're putting in your picks and making your bets. You want to shop that number, get the best of it. So
yeah,
because that makes the difference. You'll see the difference over your long term when you shop that best number. It'll make it'll improve your betting.
Yeah. Absolutely, especially when you look at the churn, how much you're betting every day, and look at for a course of a year, it could be as much as a new car that you're putting into action. And you shop those cars, right?
The numbers that you can see by just saving yourself 10 cents on a line on your bets is absolutely massive.
Yeah, that's a great feature that we put out there too to make sure everybody gets the best value. I saw that when I was putting in my numbers the other day, and I thought that was really excellent, especially as somebody who's like that also bets, of course, every day. And I don't think maybe other sites are doing that yet or not, but I think that's an excellent thing that Tony's Picks has done with that. You can price shop those. There's a couple things you don't price shop. Don't price shop tattoos. Don't price shop toilet paper. But lines, definitely get your price shop there.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt about that.
I'm sorry, I'm not price shopping coffee either. So I gotta have my good mug. I better be having some good coffee, because I'm not shopping some of that. Some of that stuff they use to it wars off mosquitoes, but I don't think it's going to help you in the morning for waking up.
Yeah, but one thing I don't price shop is burgers. When I cook them at home. I rather cook. I'm not going to spend those outrageous prices, because I could easily make a burger at home. I don't price shop burgers.
That's make it better. I think I can make a burger better at home than some of these places that try to offer you a burger. Did you see the video where there was a guy trying to feed a McDonald's burger to a bear? And the bear was like, He was having none of it. He was like, no chance. He was standing in front of him trying to feed him a Big Mac. He even pulled it apart and handed him a burger. The bear took the burger patty into his mouth and was like, whoa, not eating that.
He doesn't want freezer food. He's used to eating fresh meat. He wants the fresh meat. His diet is fresh meat. Don't give me that freezer. Don't give me those freezer burned burgers.
Don't give me that freezer burned patties. I know in the old days they used to put wood chips in those things. I don't know if they're still putting some wood chips, but
oh goodness,
they might be. Wood chips is a filler. It's good pulp. It's high in protein and fiber, I believe. For you. So
I'm surprised in these times they haven't put filled them with soybean yet. When they probably back in the day.
They probably had back in the day. They just didn't tell you.
Oh yeah, but now 100% all beef. That's the one thing. Yeah, they caught with that. It'll be tough to overcome. All right, that's gonna do it for the show, guys. Back again tomorrow 9:30. We're gonna wake up. Bye, guys. You guys make it a winning night. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony 6 Morning Show.